Now, the next question is about LASIK. So it reads, can people who've had LASIK still improve their vision with your method? Really good question and very interesting topic. Yeah, absolutely they can. So we can answer this by first talking about what LASIK is. So LASIK reshapes the cornea of your eye by using a laser, and it basically gives you a permanent prescription on your eye. So you could think of it as having a contact lens on your eye all the time. So say for example somebody's prescription is -4, they get LASIK to -4. So what that means is if you're wearing contact lenses or glasses with -4, that's a prescription which allows you to see perfectly 20/20 when you're looking into the distance. But if you're looking close up with your glasses or your contact lenses, which I've talked about many times, that casts the light behind your retina, which then leads to hyperopic defocus, which causes the eyeball to elongate. And an elongating eyeball is what causes myopia. You can look that up on Google. Just type in, does a longer eyeball make you more myopic, and you'll get plenty of answers to that. So yeah, so that's the problem then, is because with LASIK on the eyes, if you're doing close-up work especially, I know people and I've spoken to people who have office jobs and spend all day in that kind of 30 centimeter to 60 centimeter range, and then they go home and they're avid readers of books and things like that, so they spend all their time doing close-up work, and they've got a permanent contact lens on their eyes, so they're in a state of hyperopic defocus. Of course they're going to get myopic again, and yeah, I've talked to many people who have this issue, and yeah, I know somebody who's now gone back to wearing glasses again, which is really a shame, because I believe they spent upwards of 4,000 euros or more, could have been 5,000 euros on the LASIK procedure, and now they're back to wearing glasses. So that's what I've done a video on this right in the early days. LASIK is a risky procedure, works out really well for some people, others not so much, and it can be, the bad ones are really bad, and it's really worth taking that into account if you're considering your options about what to do with your eyesight. You've got 3 options basically. You've got, I can wear my contact lenses and glasses forever. I will probably get more myopic, and I will have increased risk of macular degeneration as I get older. Then you've got a LASIK option with its risks that I've just discussed, and the health risks plus going back into glasses. And then you've got the third option, which is to try to improve your eyesight using the See Clearly method that I have in my course, or other methods. There's other people who get success with the Bates method. It's not something that I've had success with, but it's a biological system that has I'm talking about vision here, and you're seeing clearly. It's a biological system, your eyeball. It's a dynamic biological system. Your eyes react to the focus that's needed. So if you're looking up close, they try to focus, and if you're looking to the distance, they try to focus. What happens when we're doing all this close-up is the musculature and the neurology forgets basically how to see into the distance. So I talked about it in other videos. It's like losing flexibility as you get older, or if you train to a high level in physical fitness, say you do a lot of running and you've got a really good time for your 10-kilometer run because you've trained a lot, but then if you stop training, the body detrains and you can't run that 10 kilometers in the same time that you used to run it in. But if you get back to training, your body responds to that stimulus and gets better at it, and you can get back to the fast times that you used to run your 10-kilometer runs in. It's not too different with eyesight. So if you started out with pseudomyopia, which is less than minus 1.25 diopters, that's basically getting to that point where you've detrained yourself. You stopped running those 10 kilometers. You're spending a lot of time in close-up. You're not using your distance vision. To get back to 2020 when you're just in this phase and you haven't started wearing glasses is relatively easy. You just start using your vision in the distance at the edge of the blur horizon and challenging it, and your eyesight will respond. The problem is, most of us, when we had pseudomyopia, go to the opticians, optometrists, eye doctors, whatever it's called in your country, and we get glasses which give us clearer vision initially, but we wear them for a close-up. We're not told any different that we shouldn't wear them when we're doing close-up, which leads us to being in hyperopic defocus. The eyeball elongates and we become more myopic. We go back to the eye doctor and say, I can't see as well with these glasses as I used to. They say, okay, here's a stronger prescription. You can see clearly in the distance again with that prescription, but then when you're doing close-up, you're back into more hyperopic defocus and the eyeball elongates again, and it just keeps progressing from here and getting worse and worse. So we have to retrain our eyes to see clearly, and that's the whole process basically. So yeah, absolutely. To answer the question about LASIK, if say for example you have -4 and vision starts to deteriorate, usually this will kind of like be in the pseudomyopic phase, because you'll have had 20/20 distance vision with LASIK. Say now you're -5 with that. Focus should be on using your eyesight in the distance at the edge of your blur horizon, and you should be able to make improvements back to 20/20. So yeah, that's a good question. Comes up quite often too, and yeah, always important to consider your own options. Everybody is their own free agent and can decide what they want to do with their eyes, but yeah, many things worth considering when it comes to LASIK.